Hey, what's up guys? It's Pixelated Apollo. Thanks for stopping by. Today we're playing Rise of Mordor and I'm taking on DiplexHeated.
Hey, what's up, guys?
So today we're checking out Dale and Gondor, which unfortunately is the only full, finished two factions. So I guess there's a bit of a war between men. I don't know what's the storyline here.
I thought I figured we'd do like a trade dispute, but then I remembered that the Anduin River that runs by Osgiliath doesn't actually cross to Dale. It's like Dale has their own little river system.
Maybe, well, it'll be like a Troy kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like someone took someone's wife.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely. That'll be very suitable. And I guess we marched north and you guys marched south, and we're meeting somewhere like south of
meeting
Mirkwood
somewhere.
or something.
So yeah, somewhere in Middle Earth. I don't know. It doesn't matter.
I mean, you read up on the lore.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But yeah, we're doing a river crossing battle. There's only one place to cross, so this is not going to be like extremely tactical or whatsoever. It's more like a popcorn type battle, just enjoying the mod, enjoying the cinematic sights. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. So I guess we can start the battle, and you can kind of form up and. All right.
It's gonna be a meat grinder, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a meat
Good
grinder.
show battle.
So I'm gonna let Diplex here push forward and kind of hold. Well, you want to hold like kind of like near the rocks. So it's like this cool like.
Oh wow, look at that horde of Dale soldiers that have come south.
Oh, God. It's pretty cool. Like I didn't really realize how much detail they put into Gondor until I watched the movies, and I'm like, oh my God, that's exactly the same uniform.
Yeah, exactly. They look. There's no like, vanilla armor in this. This is all brand new. This is all custom made for the mod.
Yeah. I mean, that's why it's taking so long to
make the factions. But I would have preferred. Gondor is obviously like one of the staples of Lord of the Rings, like. Perhaps even so more than Dale, so I'm a little curious as why they finished Dale first. Like, I thought Dale would be one of those less prioritized factions, at least get like Mordor, Isengard, Rohan, and Gondor finished. But then again, there's going to be so many like Elven fans that are going to be like, oh, Diplex. But the elves, oh.
The elves, oh. Yeah, I don't know why they, I hate the smug elves. I don't know why they're so.
Amen,
they're smug.
I don't like elves either. I just like to be able to relate to the men and then get some sort of exactly. And then the evil of Sauron's forces is just classic too. The orcs and Uruk-hai.
Yeah, especially the Uruk-hai, man. They're pretty cool. But I guess it's just because they are men factions, they're a little bit easier to make, so you don't, maybe it's easier for the modeling. Also with the Hobbit, it kind of, Jackson kind of like added some style to Dale, because I don't think there was really a lot of lore behind their look. I don't know if that's true.
With Dale, you're right, because like I feel like Dale, when I look at them even in the mod now, and besides Dale as a like a nation in Lord of the Rings, the only really spotlight it has ever gotten was during the Hobbit movies. Before then, like there wasn't really anything. And to me, like they look kind of like Easterling, a little like Kievan Rus, like Russian in a way with their like fur and their hats.
Like Slavic.
But they're definitely lore friendly. They don't seem to have anything that really fully reminds me of another realistic faction from our own history.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's
especially not the helmets back there. Jeez, they look like turtle people. They don't look like they're from the Lord of the Rings or something. I don't know.
It looks like an Elder Scroll, like the Vineland.
You're right. That is so correct.
Yeah, they look pretty fantasy there. But yeah, I mean, you kind of have to fill in the gaps. With stuff like that. Can't know exactly what everything's going to look at in the lore, or look like.
I'm sure they have plenty of concept art and stuff too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But are you ready to begin this slaughter?
I think so. I'm just checking out your fully fledged faction there. There's a lot of cool variety in the units, but I'm sure we'll see everything as we go into the battle itself.
All right, cool. So here we go. So release the arrows.
Oh jeez, you got archers. Archers!
So, just gonna nice formation. All right, here we go. We got to march nice and slow. We're gonna take this like a professional force.
We're freaking out here. You guys are about to come down on us, so we aren't saving any time for the slow pace.
How dare you take Bard's wife?
Good cup of wine.
It's a lot of people gonna die today for a wife.
I know.
But I'm wondering what would a charming Gondorian prince find in a brute Dalian woman?
Hey,
or whatever
Love
they call
is
them.
subjective, you know?
Love is subjective, but I'm just thinking it's a. No, I'm the king of Gondor, the steward. That's maybe we kind of kidnapped your daughter, kind of forced her into marriage.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
Your
maybe,
king has the
yeah.
wrong conception. She wants to do it, but you just don't think it's right. You want her to marry a short dwarf.
We're marrying her off to a dwarf. That's
Yeah.
why she's like, oh my god, Gondor, save me.
That's a very nice storyline.
Yeah,
guys gonna
because
be
you know
walking?
Dale was pretty close to the dwarves. You know, they had good relations.
Your shipmen and light spear infantry don't seem to be too enthusiastic over dying today over some woman they never know.
They're not. They're not.
They're just walking. They're like,
They're-
fate can wait.
They were enjoying their lives and fishing. And, oh, here we go. Here we go.
Get ready,
First
boys.
charge.
Shield wall!
Oh, they're gonna do it inside.
This is gonna be impenetrable, dude. I'm telling you, you're not getting through. Two
Good.
Gondorian swordsman units, and you can throw everything you got.
What do you guys?
Oh man, the archers are taking some serious casualties, though. That's pretty bloody. Look at all the blood already spilled. Oh, jeez, return fire, you muppets. It's like we're almost out of range.
All right, more bodies to the front line.
Not necessarily entirely impenetrable, but you have already shook up a unit a little bit. That's not a shield wall I'm seeing on the right side there.
No, I've got watch post sentries, so they're a cheaper spear unit. So
They
unfortunately,
break through like shield walls?
no, they can't do shield wall. But I do have, what are they called? Shipmen, which can form shield
Nice.
wall.
Well, I just set up a secondary line behind the first one in case they don't know how to form a shield wall properly. The left unit by the crossing seems to have done a pretty good job, but I think casualties are so far the same. Yeah, pretty much equal.
All right, this is where a little strategy is going to be coming in. It's going to be pretty disgusting to see all the dead bodies at the end of this fight, this one area.
All over a woman. Everyone watching, there's no
All
woman's
over a
worth
woman.
this, trust me.
Yeah, but to be fair, though, the whole like Helen of Troy thing.
Yeah, I mean,
it wasn't about
Come
one
on.
woman.
Love is the strongest force out there. I mean, it'll make armies and nations do anything. Oh, damn, you're throwing spears?
Yeah, I'm throwing javelins.
Oh. I saw a guy take it pretty hard.
Let's be fair, like, Gondor has a standing army. My troops are probably like part-time soldiers, so I gotta use
the captain of
projectiles.
my secondary line was just like splattered with blood from the guy standing next to him, and he's like, "Look at me,
It's
look
like
at me."
horrified. He's like, oh god,
Hold your oh, he took one to the shoulder, and he's like, "Oh, hold your ground, maggots."
just a flesh wound.
Just a flesh wound. Okay, so our archer boys are having a good time. You completely routed one of my units. 64 men remaining. You killed 16 remaining. They're shattered.
Yeah, but
Look
to
at the
be fair,
blood.
I had more archers.
Yeah.
Oh, you actually broke some of my archers on the other side.
They're wavering.
So now it's time to push up more troops.
I still feel like looking at your Bardings. Actually, they don't look like shabby melee fighters too. They seem like they look mysterious enough to pose a threat. You know.
Yeah,
sneaky
no,
dagger
they're
people.
they're definitely my best archer unit. So I think they're elite. So I think they can hold their own in close combat.
Whoa. Yeah, they are. Mine are trained. But you know how I have the Ithilian Rangers, but they're worse than my Gondorian heavy bow.
Yeah, I
infantry.
don't understand. I think they need to go back and fix that because the Dunedain Rangers should be elite.
Yeah.
You know, not trained.
Are they also called Ithilian Rangers? They're the same, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
They're
well,
good
they're
archers.
a little bit different, but yeah,
Didn't
it's
get it
essentially
wrong.
the same thing.
Because also they need to do like redo, I think, Urukai stats and stuff. They're very weak, I feel like.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so I think it's time to reinforce the lines.
I think it's time you start giving these men a challenge, Apollo. Frankly, these trained soldiers are yawning. The second line is already sitting down.
So I've got these like cheap troops going in. I'm just trying to tire out your men. Once I send in the elite forces.
That's a good tactic. I've saved my shitty ones for the back. Maybe I should have gone with a similar. But my theory is if you can't hold the front, what's the point of holding the back?
That's true.
Okay.
But since I'm attacking, you know.
Yeah, that's the right tactic to tire
man.
my defense out with the weaker units first.
Yeah. Look at, I love just as you fell back there to form shield wall, left a little space, and you can just see all the dead bodies.
Yeah, in the water, and you have a few people still like left behind, doing their own little personal fights against some of your guys.
Yeah, you got a couple guys who are like, crap, I missed the command. I just fell back.
And now I won't get through my own shield wall. Better swap sides. Hey, I got secret information. I saw the color of a bush.
Oh my god.
I'm thinking too much about what this fight is about instead of the fight itself. I'm like imagining these two armies marching out. But this should be like east of Mirkwood, I think, which is pretty much, I don't know how much you know about the map, but I've studied a lot just to be able to like make some reasoning in my head to what makes sense. And seeing as we can't make a fight over the Anduin River since it runs to the left, like west of Dale, I feel like we marched north, you guys marched south, and we met somewhere in between. It's pretty.
Like, the Anduin River is a huge river for Gondor for trade. Yeah. So this could be like Dale's way of trying to.
But it doesn't cross Dale. Like it's.
No,
like
it doesn't.
Runs west.
Like Dale could have like walked over and like, oh, this is an important river, so let's destroy it.
Yeah.
Or like take it over.
We could at least be fighting by it right now. This could be the Anduin River.
This could be it. Yeah, this could be like
those mountains look pretty white to
me.
me, Apollo, back there. Could it be the White Mountains, perhaps?
Yeah.
Yeah. And these
sure,
plains
we'll go
look
with
like
that.
yeah. Where's Minas Tirith? I can't see it. It's got to be around here somewhere. Okay. Anyway, whether it's about a woman or not, a lot of people are gonna die today, and we're not even 10% into the fight yet.
Yeah, but that's war, right? Like, why do people fight anyways?
Yeah, I mean, true. If it's not worth killing someone, I mean, killing someone in general doesn't seem like a good idea. But I feel like there's worse reasons than a woman to fight over, like a mountain or a cave or a hill.
Or like a location that's like considered sacred, but it's just a
or
a
soccer
location.
team even.
Yeah, a soccer team. Oh god.
So those are still the you're still having the boatmen fighting now, and you're sending in some of the javelin back there.
My rivermen.
Weakening my lines. This is very cool.
They're just inbred rivermen. So
I'm feeling the ambience here. My second line's a little shook up from all the blood. Is my captain alive? Because he was standing a while ago, but he did take a javelin to his right shoulder. I think he's pulled back or something. I can't see.
I love the style of the Gondor captains.
They look just like senior men,
so
very experienced.
Yeah. Looks like they're going to like a Pearl Jam concert.
Yeah, exactly. Almost a little more towards the heavy metal side of things, though. I'd say almost like, I don't know. This man here looks like the brother Rollo.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Rollo.
He's probably more like the guy that's like grunge killed metal.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of these people at a place near where I live in Stockholm that I just walked into one time, and there's a heavy metal concert playing. I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Damn, you still have ammunition for your archers?
Yeah, I've got some back in reserve.
Oh, damn, that is nasty. I
Yeah.
think shield wall might protect me against archer fire a little better.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna help you, and I think it makes you more effective.
This captain has taken an arrow to the elbow, and he's like, I'm fine.
Yeah. I mean, could you really imagine fighting in a fight like this? Just like, you definitely have to like.
I mean, you'll be pushed
transfer
in. You
and
can't
out.
turn around and be like, I'm just going to let someone else do the frontline fighting for me. I mean, especially not if you're of any rank. So,
Yeah.
I mean, you have to go in there and give it your best, and there's going to be plenty of swords stabbing at you. Oh, are your men running away?
Oh, are they?
Are they even men, Apollo? Have you sent men at me?
I sent fishermen at you.
Oh, they just stopped. Oh.
I'm doing the Mordor strategy. Just set in numbers. Hopefully tire you out.
Oh damn. There's a bit of a gap in my shield wall now. One of the units have decided to like kind
Push
of
forward.
counter. Yeah, so there's like a kind of a gap opening to the right. But I'm gonna choose to hold my back line right now primarily, which is my priority. Let's look at what. Okay, we're starting to go down in numbers here now.
About time.
Yeah, once the shield walls goes below like 100, they stop like. It takes a while to get there. First, they can hold at like 0 casualties for minutes. Sometimes I've noticed, but when they become lesser in numbers, the shield wall becomes weaker, and then it just becomes like less efficient. Look at how there's a little bit of a space now between our fighters. Like you guys aren't
you've
overly
got like
committed.
You got like a couple champions just holding back.
Yeah.
I'm trying to push forward and attack that shield wall. A couple guys are making it through.
Look at the amount of bodies revealed now below us.
I know, right?
It's crazy.
Alright, here we go. I've got a much better units starting to arrive. Got some Dalian spear guards.
They look pretty
Form
scary.
a
They look like
spear
fish
wall.
people in a way.
Yeah, because they are
Fish
a
scales.
fishing
Yeah,
fishing
tribe.
nation.
Tribe is a little bit
Tribe.
condescending.
Yeah, I was about to say, what? You call my people a tribe?
Sorry, but I just saw my captain take 2 arrows to the neck and shoulder, and he's still standing. And he's like, "Look at me, man. I expect this out of every one of you. To stand with 2 arrows on your upper body."
Anyone dies with a clean sword.
Oh, he got shot in the stomach. I caught that. While he was talking, like, "I'll catch any of you maggots bowing down to a arrow, and I'll cut off your head." And he's like, just dead.
It's like that guy from Kingdom of Heaven, the German redhead. I don't know if you've seen that.
Wait, German redhead in Kingdom of Heaven. You're making me think of some, like, German punk movie, not a historical, medieval. Okay.
Well, Kingdom of Heaven's not really historical, but
Oh, isn't it that with the, in like the Crusades?
yeah.
Yeah,
He
okay.
takes like a crossbow bolt into the neck. It just like keeps fighting.
Oh, that's gruesome.
Yeah.
Think about it though, like if it penetrates in the right way, so to speak. Whoa, you got a bit of an opening now in my shield wall.
Oh yeah. So have I been fighting the same unit this whole time?
Yeah, those are 2 units, by the way.
Oh, there's 2 units. Okay.
Yeah, but you have been
But
fighting
still.
the same 2 units. Well, you have been sending shit infantry up at me. So now
That's
that you're spear infantry, that you're more. Are those elite or trained?
These are trained.
Yes, that is good. But I think some of the other infantry you sent at me was militia, especially the ones you have resting now in the riverbed.
Yeah, the ones that broke.
They're back for you.
Yeah, I guess I could just throw them
Oh,
in.
look at that! I'm seeing you really cutting down some Gondorian
I think,
swordsmen now.
I think what are your troops? Yeah, your troops are. Well, actually, they're fresh. They're fresh, dude. Well, one's exhausted, but
Yours are fresh.
mine are fresh.
Yeah,
but
mine are fresh
yours-
too.
Yeah.
No,
but
one's
that's
exhausted,
not
but
good.
one's fresh. That doesn't make
don't
any
know.
sense.
Well, did you throw in the fresh one a little bit later?
No, I said both of them I lined up side by side, but the ones that's fresh has been actually like stationary holding their shield wall. The one on the right side has been like really eager to go out and push you guys back. I don't know why they've acted so differently. Different-minded commanders, I guess. I feel like I could almost push you across to your own riverside.
Yeah, I know, right?
That'd be cool.
You might, because I've lost like 4 units to your 2. Uh-oh.
We're
Reinforcements.
gonna bolster the lines here a little bit. But these guys won't be going in a shield wall, so it's gonna be very even toe-to-toe with those men fighting you right now.
Yeah.
Might be something
My
interesting
watch
here.
post sentries are breaking again, causing fear amongst the ranks.
Dramatic people.
Time to get more reinforcements up there, more reserves.
I'm gonna go with one shield line behind that. Plenty of casualties though. There's 100, probably 200 Gondorian bowmen have just been shot down by the side of by the beach of the river.
Yeah,
Very bloody.
Enemy units have rallied and returned to the battle.
Not many of yours at all. On the right side, on the other hand, there's quite a lot, but on the left side, mine were completely like outranged. I think you guys have longer range as well with those elite archers.
Yeah, the barding
Yeah, that
archers.
was a big loss on my side. Absolutely disgraceful. I did keep one unit in reserve though. Okay, so what men have you brought up now that I see?
So I've got some Lake Town Guard.
The Wizards of Oz. There's something very like non-Lord of the Rings about them. It's almost Warhammer, don't you think?
The Lake Town Guard?
Yeah, they almost with the hats feel more like Warhammer to me.
Like an Empire unit?
It's just because I've never seen them before, I guess.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
Bretonian
pretty sure
unit.
they're in the movie.
Ah, in the Hobbits?
Yeah.
Ah, it's not
I
a movie.
think.
That's a softcore pornography. It's just it's nothing. Sorry, but it's like I thought to myself after watching the 3 Lord of the Rings movies, like I'd really like to give
Missiles awaiting
Hobbit a
targets.
chance.
give the Hobbit a chance. I mean, I have seen it before, but like to really just see it again. And no, I couldn't bring myself to do it. I couldn't bring myself to get into the 3 movies again. And they're not terrible. They're just not. There's just not the same.
They're
Lord
not
of the
the
Rings
same
to
quality
it.
of.
It's a little more
Lord of the
Harry
Rings.
Potter in a way to it than
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings.
No, I agree though. Like, a lot of people were like upset at Peter Jackson. They kind of like compared it to the prequels to Star Wars. But to be fair, like Peter Jackson didn't even want to direct The Hobbit. Someone else was going to direct it, and he dropped out. And so they're like, "Well, Peter, do you want to take this over?" And he's like, "I guess if I have to." And they didn't give him the extra time.
Wow. Well, that's not a recipe for success, really.
Yeah. So they gave he had 3 years, I think, to plan out the Lord of the Rings. And
That's
this
a
one he
long
only had
time.
this for The Hobbit he only had like a year and a half, I think.
To plan out the directing it, like the scenes and stuff, to take the
forming
manuscript,
stages.
the manuscript into Are you fishing for some screenshots or just fish?
That's funny. Like one of my soldiers is like, "Oh, look at this, a fish!" I'm like, come on, we're fighting a battle here.
We are in a river, so it might be a little disadvantageous to you guys.
Yeah. Well, there'll be some fish eating some dead bodies, I suppose.
One of my units, the one that was originally a shield formation on the right side, is down to 20 men. You got so many men back there, though. Like, I'm just looking. It's hard. It's easy to lose a grip on what we're actually fielding today.
Yeah.
Well, I think I'm quite comfortable holding a little further back here later, and then inviting you to a field battle.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Kind of spice it up a little bit.
See where this river battle is going. After you deployed the spear guards, you've definitely changed up the casualties, I feel like.
Yeah, I think your troops are starting to wear and tear and get tired. Keep pushing, guys. Keep pushing.
Volley of arrows just passed. Cut
God,
down a
your
lot
archers.
of people. They're good, right? They're very firm archers. Oh,
Yeah, they took out like my whole spear unit. Come on, charge. Yeah. I also have Cav. I don't know if you brought any Cav.
nope.
So maybe I could use them.
That would be advantageous. I do have spearmen, but not a lot. And not the kind of pike infantry that's going to be, disastrous for Cav, so. That'll be interesting. We'll see how mine... Oh, heavy shock cavalry. They do have very long spears. A lot of sharpened edges there. If you think that running them into this is going to break me.
I'm gonna try something crazy here.
Are you really?
Yeah.
I'm not sure
Get
I can
ready.
accept... I'm not sure I can accept that.
Well, it doesn't matter because it's gonna happen regardless.
Okay. Hold, man! They're pulling back!
Send in the shock Cav. Well,
whatever you do to my front line,
Wait, no, this is not working out.
that's a popcorn. That's popcorn footage. But I'm not gonna let you quite gain the ground on me yet. So, whatever you do to my first lines, I won't let you do to my last.
No,
so.
this is not working. This is not working.
Well, you better redo it and do it right.
I can't do it. I just can't because the water is just
Slowing
slows
down your
like
horses.
half. Yeah. Send back in the infantry. Sorry, guys. Continue on.
Let's countercharge, boys. Let's take this. Let's take the river now. Let's push them back from where they came. That could be interesting, couldn't it?
That would be interesting.
Here we go. Lots of infantry charging in now. Oh, look at the bodies we've left behind.
Jesus.
Here's a game
It's a
for you.
carpet.
Find a Gondorian soldier.
Yeah. There you go.
There's plenty
Where's
around.
Waldo?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's plenty. I think my uniforms kind of stand out a little bit more.
They kind of overlap mine too, though. There's just so many that they kind of just like
Yeah, they
blend
pile
together.
up. It would be cool, like, if the pile of dead bodies affected the formations a little bit.
Yeah,
you know,
they
like,
couldn't really walk over it as
yeah.
much. They
That'd
just
be
don't
like-
have any physic like abilities to them. They're completely
It'd be kind of hard to program that.
non-collidable props. That's essentially what they are.
Yeah, yeah.
Marksmen of Dale. Is that a slightly worse unit?
Marksmen of Dale. Let's see, where are they?
They're not like the best. They're not the, what do you call them?
No,
They're not like the Bardings.
they're trained. No, they're like Bardings in progress. It almost looks like.
Yeah. Were the Bardings the one who shot at the dragons in Hobbit?
I think the Bardings are named after Bard.
Who's Bard now again?
Bard is the guy who kills the dragon.
Oh, is he the
He's the guy in the movies.
is he the dwarf?
No. He's the guy. He has the children. He lives in Dale.
Why can't I remember this? This is
Yeah,
treacherous.
he's the one who shoots the black arrow.
Is he the one that hooks up with that black-haired girl or something? I just
He
don't-
doesn't. I don't think he hooks up because I think he has a wife and kids. So unless he's like
Maybe
cheating
that's
on.
the one. I don't know anything about that.
No, it's he's like just like a good working hard dad, and he shoots the dragon in the weak spot and kills him, and then they pronounce him king. So I
killing
think
a
after
dragon?
that, yeah, killing a
Not
dragon
bad, not
because
bad.
like the original like governor or whatever mayor died. Yeah, so
Obviously.
and so his bloodline becomes like royal blood, I
Yeah,
guess.
that's cool. Nice.
So I think they start training units and calling them Bardings and stuff.
Now that
Name
this
them after.
archer unit has exhausted all its ammunition, I see no point in keeping it alive, so run in and get yourself wasted.
It's like you said, the archers have used all their ammo. Kill them. Send them.
They used all their purpose then. Send them in.
They're useless now.
There's a movie, a medieval movie. Oh, of course, it's Braveheart. Have you seen Braveheart?
Yeah.
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 And he's like, archers, but sir, we'll hit our own men. I would hit theirs too.
Yeah.
I love that scene.
Savage.
Yeah.
Ruler.
I feel like medieval battles, like, you're happy to be a soldier during World War II, and as weird as that say, as compared to a soldier during the Crusades or something like that, because your death is going to be like, if not instant, it's going to be treatable, if possibly. But being a soldier on a crusade, I mean, if getting like sliced by an axe or a sword right through your stomach or a spear in your throat or something, if that doesn't kill you, you're not going to be able to recover from that. But as in World War II, if you're shot in the stomach or any other region of the body, you can, if lucky, if you can stop the bleeding and if it doesn't, hurt any immediate organs. I mean, healthcare sounds weird, but medics and like field treatment is so much better than obviously. And being shot by a bullet is somewhat more humane than being stabbed by a sword.
That's true, but like
the bullet's meant to kill if it can really hit the right spot, and it's not meant to cause like severe because you can survive with a bullet wound for very long. I mean, if you
because
can,
it's small.
yeah, exactly. It's like small.
As long as it doesn't rip any like vital organs or
No, exactly.
arteries.
And if you're hit in the head, you're gonna die instantly.
Yeah.
But if you're hit with a sword in your head, like imagine the pain of being like just brutally hit in your side, like crushing your cheekbone and your eye like sipping out, like just
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I didn't expect the details. Man.
No, well, I didn't expect the details you gave me before I started recording. Like, I thought that I read the for those of you who don't understand what we're talking about, you tweeted me before we started recording about how it's diarrhea and it's everywhere, and I didn't read above that first. I was like, you're telling me about why you're on the toilet and what it looks like, and I'm like, I don't want to know.
Oh, you thought I was?
Yeah, I didn't read my dog is shitting in the office.
Yeah, I woke up to my dog. He gets scared and he like has diarrhea and he does it in my office all the time. But yeah, so.
Oh, this is looking really cool now. I've kind of like pushed you back, your like town guards, kind of cornered them off a little bit. It's like turning into a bit of a circle.
It's true.
Now this is.
I should
utilize the situation.
Yeah. Here we go. Now I'm starting to send in some elites. Not elites, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Charge! Do you want to live forever? No.
Go on. Man, you're cutting me down. I'm seeing that right now. A few of my soldiers just not standing a chance. Mine might be exhausted though. That's probably a good reason.
Yeah.
I wonder how
guess
much
for like excitement's sake, you could let me cross a little bit. We can have a bit of a larger.
You're gonna do that sooner or later. I mean, look
Okay.
how many troops you have left. Let me see here.
No,
Looking at
I saw the ton.
casualties.
Yeah.
It's taken a toll on you with the lighter infantry to start, but it's
Yeah,
starting to slow down now with the heavier ones you're sending in.
I still have not 1,000 more, but I've got like 500 more.
We'll make this into something very spectacular. I think we're just gonna let that river play out its role, and then we're gonna have a jolly good time with everything else here. You'll see.
Yeah, but going back, because the one thing I wanted to mention about the whole like World War I compared to like medieval is that you almost like would rather want to fight in medieval because not as many people died, I guess, per ratio. You know?
Well, yeah, more people like routed and ran.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
also
true.
if you're a noble, like you had chivalry, so if you get captured, they're not gonna kill you, you know?
Yeah, true, but also remember how like how many you know, like attrition, people dying from starvation and diseases killed more than the actual battles.
Yeah, it's true.
So like I'm just saying in general, having to march across a whole continent, you know, to get somewhere.
Oh yeah,
and then to like just the hygiene.
To be able to like go from like England to the Middle East,
yeah,
and then surviving battles, and then coming back, like that's impressive.
Okay, well remember now that what I am bringing up to fight you with after you've cleared out the infantry that's been holding you back in the center is really just like militia and trained. Some of them are trained, but a lot of that is militia, and they're just like, you know, look at their armor.
Yeah,
they're very light in many cases. I do have my generals unit. I do have some marines and a few more swordsman unit, but in an open battle against what you have back there, all your very heavy melee infantry, it's gonna take a turn, I think. So.
Well, yeah. Do you have any Citadel Guard?
I have one unit of Citadel Guard.
Oh, for you. Okay. Yeah, they're monsters. Like they.
Really?
Yeah.
I had them up in a video I uploaded like yesterday. They were attacked by
so
two
hot?
Urukai units and they were slaughtered instantly. But that's because they were attacked from the rear as well. So maybe in a holding position with their shields facing, they're insane. But being attacked from two directions by some very basic Urukai, they just got slaughtered. They'll cut down instantly. It was insane. Like they went from 160 to 60 in like 10 seconds.
A long time ago, I did a battle against Jackiefish, and he was the Urukai, and my Citadel Guard like won it for me.
Cool. Like just on its own.
But you only have one, so.
Oh yeah, I only have one. They're special.
Yeah. It's the general.
Damn, we're starting to
Starting to waver.
feel the pressure now. Yeah, but they've had a good run. I wonder how many of those guys have killed. Yeah, we're starting to. Looking at our numbers now, I'm dropping more than you are, which is a good sign for you. But it.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, I'm telling you though, I mean, if I played this online competitively or whatever you would call it, I'd only get very heavy. I'd only get Gondor sword infantry. That's it. They're so versatile. They can stand. They can hold. They're so good. They really need to revamp that. Like, make them a little cheaper. Make them feel like the base infantry of the game for Gondor, instead of having to feel that they're like the most elite. Because in reality, like, they're supposed to be the base infantry. Having like Ringlow Vale, men-at-arms, and peanut-killing spearmen, and axemen from Losnark and Lambdon isn't meant to be the base of the Gondor army, surely.
Yeah, I guess it depends, like, the location.
True, but like,
Yeah,
I mean, not even, it wasn't only in Minas Tirith that men were wearing this armor, I'm sure. I mean, garrisons all over Gondor would have this standardized. I'm pretty sure. This is surely not like Minas Tirith town watch uniform.
Yeah.
Or armor.
Who knows? Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, there's only so little, you know. Or much, rather. Oh, we're starting to get flanked now. I'm a humane general. I don't want to see my men get outflanked. We're gonna try and get out. To our best ability. Retreat!
Chase them down. Cut them down. Cut them all down. You're taking my woman.
Shield wall.
All right, here we go. No stopping. I know you guys are tired, but time to take on the Gondor spearmen.
Up. No, don't put your foot on dry ground yet. You're not going all that way back. So this is where you're going to be tested again.
Yep. I'm gonna let my men kind of.
I wonder how we're gonna do. How are you gonna do this now, Apollo? Look at the chanting between the two now.
Yeah, they're exchanging words.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a dude in the back lines. He's going rogue. Oh, he's dead.
Where was he? Behind mine?
He was behind my men. It was one of your soldiers.
Wow. I wonder where you went. Do we see any people alive still? Like, sometimes you see bodies, like people like kind of
like slowly dying.
Yeah. Okay, so spear infantry, I've noticed, is beast too. Oh, okay. Combat even though, that's a good sign for us, I guess, both of us.
Yeah, the spears are pretty good at
Your service.
holding.
At your service.
All right, so.
Sending my shit archers.
Oof, yeah, I still have a lot of troops.
Yeah, I mean, really, I mean, like, I do too, but you have, like, so many. I'm looking at, right, elite. Well, elite. So I'm gonna get a tongue twister going.
Yeah, because all my cheap troops are dead in that, pile of dead bodies.
We do want to point out that this is not a competitive game. No one of us would play this if this was competitive.
I don't think you can really play this game
River battle competitively. Not if there were like more built-in like if I had half of your money, like we have got obviously deployed different numbers, but this mod right now cannot be played competitively. There's no like. You can definitely do a river battle in general, though. Like if we played, say, just vanilla Rome or something like that, and say if one was defending, if there was like a cash deficit for that person defending, then or like a disadvantage in terms of how much money they could use, then that would definitely be applicable.
Yeah.
Or even at any point with even numbers, you can always do an attacking and defending battle and still win as the attacker. There are like advantages to defending, but it works both ways really, and I just think you have to like use the right units at the right time. And I like attacking sieges and stuff. Ooh.
Oh yeah, it's definitely more challenging to attack than defend.
Oh, well, your Lake Town guards are going ham on some of my guys now. That might just be the archers though that have like broken through my back line just to fight. Yeah, they're getting cut up.
Those animations are so cool.
They're very nice. I like them.
Yeah.
The problem with having too many animations is that it like makes the battles very choppy. Like there's no, like some games only have like just hitting and shielding, which is nice. But turning every killing into an animation makes it seem like kind of removes the streamline from the battle, where it's just everyone like freezes up and turns around and just like does an animation. It can look a little weird sometimes. And I think this is very nice.
Yeah. I think Skype's messing up a little bit. I think.
Am I too loud for you now?
No. You're like it's like choppy.
I cut out.
Skype's weird with Attila. Like for when I like zoom in and it gets louder and you're trying to talk at the same time, it like does this weird like choppy thing. But it's fine. It's not like
you sound fine to me now.
That's good. Yeah, it's not like ruining the video or anything. Like I can still understand you, but.
Okay, well I'll talk less. Maybe it's the internet.
Maybe, yeah, maybe. But I've had this happen before with Attila. What are your spears at? Let's see.
They're pretty high, but I'm getting impatient myself, so I'm just gonna have them break their shield formation to try and push you back. We'll see how well they can do that.
Yeah.
You know, pushing them back. No biggie.
It's time to get more and more troops up there. All right. So once I break through this formation, I'm just gonna run in like crazy man.
I certainly hope you do.
You might want to put the Peligre Marines in the secondary line because they do have javelin capabilities.
But they hit me in the back and it hurts.
Oh, that's true. How do you feel about the style of the Peligre Marines? Do you like that style?
Nah, they look a little like French.
Yeah, they look like very medieval.
Yeah, the shields too are completely uninspired.
Yeah, they look very crusader-y.
Yeah.
You know, they've got even like a cross.
Yeah, I prefer mine. They just don't look like they really overly belong here.
Yeah.
I'm pretty confident in a victory today. We'll see. We'll find out. Like I can be very wrong. Like it's gonna. Once this turns into more of a field battle, it's gonna be way more down to like other things. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's going to be more like a field battle, but you still have a nice, solid, like, choke point where you, like, I can't outflank you because...
Well, the shield or not the shield. The thing is, if I form shield formations with the whole thing right now, I'm not going to be able to cover all the gaps. They'll be going, it's going to be... The thing is, it's going to be a little bit tedious if I do so. It's going to turn into a very prolonged engagement. So I think I'm going to avoid that just to give my units a little bit more of a flexibility. The reason why I'm not putting my Marines behind the sword infantry behind them is because of there's like a high ground in front, and if they're gonna throw at units up there, they're gonna hit the guys in the back. So we'll find out what the rate of fire is. If I feel like you guys get a little too close, I'm obviously have to pull them back. But it'll be interesting to see what they can do. Oh, your cavalry has been brought up now. That is going to be interesting. I wonder how your cavalry will do against my spear infantry, or my sword infantry mainly. I don't have that many.
I mean, you got the Marines, which are spear. Slowly but surely killing your spears. You're down to 49 and 98. Yeah, I think once you broke the spear wall formation, definitely dying a lot quicker. Yeah.
Once again, to do a river battle like this, you're gonna need, if I'm to utilize every single terrain advantage and also the abilities, you're gonna need like 10,000 soldiers to grind.
Yeah.
It's gonna...
It'd be very dull as a battle.
That's for sure. There's a little spicy formation left there.
But it's nice to just like focus on one area and get some like really cool like cinematic.
There's a lot nice progress to it. You can really tell how it's evolving.
Yeah.
It's slow at a start, but it's gonna... The numbers. People who like Carnage will obviously enjoy this. Look at that. So you still have some of the boatmen or the shipmen fighting.
Yeah, I think I had a couple like spare units in the back.
So is your general a cav unit or?
No, he's actually on foot.
He's on foot. You got rivermen back there, like just chilling.
Yeah, I just saw them. I'm moving them up. Oh, there we go.
They broke. Oh, but my marines though are starting to rain down. Let's see what kind of damage they can do.
Really? Oh my God, the range.
Yeah, man. That's why I wanted to have them at that far away.
God, yeah, you're right. I didn't. Damn.
They're not the most accurate.
Yeah, well, you don't really have to be, you know.
No, there's so many of you.
Look at that.
They're running out of ammunition fast though. The middle units are halfway down, so.
Yeah, because they're like part-time javelin units, you know.
The Pellegrini, yeah.
It's like Romans, you know, the Pila.
Everyone's just part-time. But didn't one emperor have a standing army? Didn't he choose to like standardize it and not have like levies? And he managed to actually have. He wanted legionaries who were full-time. Wasn't the Romans were the first time to do so?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure, yeah. Because they could afford it.
Yeah.
That's a cool thing, like, not to really change the topic here, but that Ancient Empires mod, I'm pretty sure, like, when you go to war, your farmlands suffer because all the farmers are fighting. So you have to be very, like, strategic about the timing of your wars and how long you can fight.
Very nice. Did you read that in some notes or something?
I think Jackie Fish told me about it.
Oh, cool.
And
Is he like a tester or something?
No, he's also, like, in close contact with...
Cool. Because that's something something I'd play to get back into the campaign, just because it looks so ambitious and reminds me of Imperium Romanum, or what's it called, the old mod for Rome, the really old, Roma Surrectum. No, what's it called? That really old. I made a Let's Play series of it. The old. This has been a battle this has been going on for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Can you dig it? This is gonna be. We're gonna run out of time.
I think once I break through the spears and charge in.
It's gonna be quick. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's been
quicker.
It's been
I don't know.
Hell of a talk show, at least.
Yeah. Just rambling on as we watch soldiers kill each other in one spot. Yeah, I think once I break through here.
I am talking about, let's see if it shows up. I'm not talking about Divide et Impera, that's not what I'm interested in. I'm talking about the old series I did years and years ago. Way before Rome 2. It was like a warm-up for Rome 2. Okay, let's see. It's gonna take a while to get there. Let's see. They're breaking through our lines.
Push. Gotta use my numbers. Charge! Oh yeah.
I'm losing a lot of my own. Yeah, well that's why I put them there to like.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't even know they were so like careless with the.
Yeah, isn't it in like not Rome, but in Warhammer they have like so they don't shoot the friendly lines.
I don't know.
If you place, there's like one of the, I think if you place a unit in front, or is it, I don't know, but there's one of the Total War games where they don't actually shoot into the back to the front if they're standing in front.
I think that's Medieval 2.
Medieval 2. Were they that smart?
Because like, if you have a catapult that has friendlies in the way, it just won't fire. Unless you're talking about like I think Empire is also really
here
good
comes the cavalry. Brace.
Charge! Floodgates have now opened.
Infantry.
It's time to push for glory.
I'm gonna invite into some open fighting like that. Why not?
I'm not gonna like
field it a little bit.
cycle charge or anything. I'm just gonna do one charge because that would be.
Is that gonna do enough damage?
Do a one charge like that?
Yeah, it did on one unit at least.
Alright, so it's now time to send up the elites.
This is a nice. This like little mound is very cool for fighting. Don't you think? This like slight high ground.
Slight hill, yeah.
Yeah.
God, yeah, your Marines killed a ton.
Did I really?
Yeah, they killed a ton of my infantry.
I'm gonna use my Marines now as like a second line. And use my first swordman here as just to fight. Now you're bringing over the real force though, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm excited to fight your Vineland guards back there. They're gonna be very much like my sword infantry, which I'm starting to run out of entirely, but a lot better.
I think mine also have javelin capabilities.
Ooh, well,
Yeah.
to find a spot where you can utilize that without killing your own units, that might be a little tricky. So I'm still looking to see if I can find the game I was talking about. I'm only seeing like my Rome 2 videos. Did I make that many? Jeez. Wow. Yes, it's Roma Surrectum. Never heard of it?
I've heard of it.
It's like the total conversion, not really conversion, but like the overhauled mod for Rome 1. And it's really fantastic. It really is quite fantastic. It really is quite fantastic.
Yeah, to be honest, I never really played
Rome
2.
That is like Rome 2?
Yeah.
No,
Are
this
you
is
talking
Rome
about
1.
Rome 1?
Yeah.
Oh, Rome 1. Okay.
Roma Surrectum for Rome 1. It's fantastic. It's brilliant. Wait, oh my god, you killed so many of my Pellegrin Marines with that cav charge. That's what you did. That is what you did.
I'm trying to now just, I'm worried about the time. We got 10 minutes left, so I gotta try to.
Well, I'm gonna go in all the way too, I guess. There's no point in saving that.
Dodge.
It's really just cool to have this massive battle, and this like little mound here is pretty cool for the high ground. And when the battlefield develops and there's just so many corpses left behind and like little gaps of people fighting, it looks really cool.
Yeah, for sure. Once like the front lines are established.
We're almost
you're
like
breaking.
broken. Am I breaking now?
You're breaking me.
But I'm breaking too. Look. My swordsman, my marine, there go my marines.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
There go my left flank. There go my left flank. Okay, now you're gonna be going up against some medium axe infantry. Now you're gonna go up against my trap.
My lesser
My
troops.
trap trash. Yeah, my lesser troops. These frickin' straight out of frickin' Vikings History Channel.
That's awesome.
Here we go, man. Ragnar Lothbrok. Do your worst. These guys are worthless. Oh, there comes the cav.
Yeah. Take out the axes.
Reinforce the lines. Dude, you gotta bring... I think you gotta start bringing everything you got over now.
Yeah, they're on their way. It's time to just overwhelm you.
Yeah. This might just turn into like a timeout. Which
Yeah,
would be
hopefully
suitable.
not.
Just say both parties just retreated or something.
Yeah.
Everyone was kind of sick of dying. Being gutted.
Yeah. They're getting tired.
Look how
Time for
you
a nap.
look at my Peanutkin spearmen. Can't do anything. Oh, guys, brace. This is gonna be a hard one.
Oh, with the militia.
Yeah, that's what I got now.
Oh wow, yeah, my cab beat your spears.
Yeah, you see that there's such a big gap between like militia and other things here.
Yeah. Again, like the mod's still like I wouldn't even call this like alpha. This is like YouTube
Preview.
sneak peek. Yeah. So they probably have to balance this game a little bit better.
Our men have given up and are running for their
Now I'm
lives.
starting to routing here and there. Now this is starting to turn into your favor. Quite epically
Yeah.
though. It's been a very fantastic battle, but once my regulars ran out from some very, very hard fighting up front.
Yeah, again, we didn't take this.
No, of course not. Of course not. Of course not.
Like you would have held that river if you were trying.
But
to
that would have
win.
been tedious for a video. Like if I
Oh,
would have
God,
put
yeah.
everything up front, like if this was competitive, I would have done that so tediously and, you know, yeah, what do you call it? So immaculately perfectionist that it would have been, nothing would have stopped that. It's just, it would have been, I think, also incredibly boring to watch.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That's why, like, I stopped playing Total War super competitively, especially as a YouTuber, because, like, it's just not.
You know what this is starting to look like?
What?
A massive 20k battle, dude. Oh, shit.
It is, though.
It is starting to look like one
it's
because of
getting
the...
choppy.
But look at how cool it is. There's like 3 flanks going on right now. It looks like we've formed like a uterus. Oh my god. Or a penis. Or a... No, for real. Look at the long line and then the 2 blobs on both sides.
That's true, yeah.
Didn't mean to go PG-18.
I didn't know. Come on now.
What's going on?
I like how...
Our men flee the field
What do you mean?
of battle.
Well, I mean, what's going on in the... Oh, I broke your cavalry. Oh, look at that. This is a really cool fight, though. But once again, do I have any regulars left fighting? Yeah, that's pretty much the right flank. They're holding. Axemen are retreating. Worthless scum.
I guess I could send in my archers as well.
Damn. Yeah, your elite infantry is starting to put the pressure on me now. But what a fight. Look, it's going to be interesting to see the casualties later on.
Our generals can try to meet on the battlefield.
That would be epic. Can we find a little gap? Yeah, I'm gonna if you send your cav back, so they don't have to meat grind them. Okay. I'm gonna just form. Should we form up in front of us like this and then just charge each other?
Yeah, that's
come closer. Come closer. I'm sure
I love how it's like those classic Hollywood scenes. They're like a massive
where there's fighting around them, and then there's the 2 heroes
like
fighting instead.
around them.
You ready? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's charge.
Oh!
I don't think they threw anything though.
No, I think they just did a little jerk off in the air. Oh man, you guys are gonna be slaughtering me.
Our men have given up
Oh,
and are
this
running
is...
for their lives.
I feel like you're gonna get your bride back again. You still have so many men to cross the river with.
Yeah, they're archers though.
But my right flank is like... It shows that the regular infantry is just OP, the Gondor infantry. Like,
yeah, because they're holding so
I have
well.
units with 40 and 24 and 64 men in it that's like holding, not routing. Which is just absurd. There's a Ringlow Vale boys over here. My general is about to fall, I feel.
Battle turns against us.
What a cool fight, though. What an epic fight.
Yeah.
10,000 men on the field. And it's just fantastic to be able to think of that number and then to visualize it like this. And when all of those men start fighting at the same time, it becomes a whole different thing than just fighting over a river crossing. Which is why the end result, which is what the battle comes to after a long preparation and maneuver, is what it's really like what you're fighting for. The final hours that decide the fight, like this.
Yeah, for sure.
This is really the cool bit.
There we go.
Man. There we go. That mass route rather.
Route.
Back to Osgiliath.
All back. Here, take her. We don't even care that much.
Yeah. We have her in the back of our trunk. Let her just run back and get her.
Understood.
My general is still holding.
Now she's got to marry a dwarf, so...
Now she's gonna marry a rich dwarf. A golden
I should have
dwarf.
had some dwarven allies.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
I'm gonna let our generals fight it out. I'm not gonna...
Not gonna involve yourself in that?
No.
Mine's gonna be going down. You've barely lost anyone.
Yeah, how is that?
You have gold chevrons?
Oh, yeah, it's true.
You have gold chevrons?
Oh, no, they're bronze.
Oh, they're bronze. Mine's bronze, too. Well, I just think it's like yours is... Well, mine were tired before. Mine had been fighting. And I just also think that yours is just meant for more infantry fighting. This general unit is meant to defend, like a shield wall.
Yeah, there he goes.
They're gonna... Prince Charming's gonna run away without dying, hopefully.
Take her! Oh.
Valiant defeat. What a cool fight.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Let's see what the casualties are like. It's gonna be a pricey bride. Do we get to see the end screen?
Yeah.
There we go. Oh yeah. Well, I did take more in the end. I didn't expect to be taking more. I thought because when we went down, like when we saw the numbers at a start there with the, but yeah, that's cool. 3,500, 4,000.
Look at that. 540 kills with one of your Gondor sword infantry.
Oh my, where 500 and
540.
Oh that is literally
That's probably the
1/12
first one.
of your army.
Yeah.
And look at the 340, 540, 263, 205, 200.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
the list goes on. And then look at the Marines, the Axemen. Both Axemen units got 71 each. They were on
That's
two
not
different
bad.
flanks. No, but
That's not
like,
bad.
what's the odds? And then look at the Ringo Vale, like 42, 40, 55. The shield formation's just OP. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
one of your cav units got 510 kills though.
What?
Yeah.
Oh God. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's ridiculous.
But your other
And-
like spear infantry got barely anything. Your sword
Yeah.
infantry did really well.
My Vineland guards, one
Did
got 239,
Really
313.
good. 313.
Yeah.
Well,
But yeah, I
cool
think that's
fight.
gonna wrap it up. It's already been
It's-
a really long video.
yeah, it's
so
over an hour probably. So this is gonna be one of those. I don't know. Grab,
it's
sit
gonna be a
back,
long
kick
one.
back,
Yeah.
enjoy our bullshit,
Hear us
and-
ramble.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and be sure to check out both our points of view. And yeah,
Links in the description. I'm sure.
yeah, of course. And we'll see you next time.
Yeah. Bye.